Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Thanks, Sharon. You guys look like you came right out of the last Hallmark movie. Proud of you.
I came
Are you
out,
seeing that predictable for you?
what was the name of that drugstore in Little Falls here?
Mutual?
No, we used to build a lot.
Was it Mutual?
No,
Love those?
it's on, it's where Babies on Broadway used to be.
Oh, there was a drugstore there?
Coast to coast, god damn, yeah, because then you'd walk, we could walk in it and you could walk downstairs, whatever, we'll figure it out. It's 9 o'clock, gentlemen, ladies, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, gentlemen.
Coast to Coast had a basement. You could go walk
Coast to
the home to the hardwoods.
That was the one. All right, any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Not at this time.
All right, I'll ask for a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
I got a motion, I need a second.
Yes.
All those in favor? Opposed, motion carried. We've got, let's go over to our administrator. What do you have for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one quick announcement this morning. Commissioner Jelinski is not with us in person today. He is connecting virtually, but because of the rules of open meeting law, we didn't notice it. We didn't know he wasn't going to be here today and didn't notice it. So he will not participate in the vote today, but he is online observing our board meeting this morning. So next up, invite Tony and Zach to come on up, please.
Morning, Zach. So just gonna do a quick introduction to employees. Zach Barrett, part-time. Zach currently, works full-time for the city of Pierce. Gonna try working here for a little bit part-time. Lives in the Pierce area, grew up in the Pierce area. He's got how many kids?
10.
10, oh my gosh.
What are you?
What's your last name again, Zach?
Bart?
Bart.
You live east of Pierce?
I do.
Sure.
Center Valley.
Center Valley, the center of the world.
Yeah.
End of the world.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome
Yeah,
aboard.
welcome aboard.
Fourth day, fifth day.
Fourth day of training.
All right,
So, fifth
Good.
day.
How's it going?
It's going good.
good to hear, good to hear. Well, you have a Merry Christmas, you and your family.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Welcome, Zach.
Merry Christmas, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Consent agenda, we got a few items on there.
I'll make a
Is there-
motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
All right, I got a motion. I need a second.
Bobby seconded.
Did he, okay, is there anything that you guys would like to have, taken off at this time? I gotta ask that question too. If not, I have a motion and a second. This will be a roll call. Commissioner Casper,
Aye.
Commissioner Blaine,
Aye.
the mayor,
Aye.
myself is an aye. Thank you very much for that. You're on board. Health and Human Services. We've got a resolution. And action.
Morning, Mr. Chair.
Morning.
One thing. So to take us back, this resolution today is about our cannabis ordinance for Morrison County in 2023. Minnesota State Legislature passed cannabis legalization bill, which the process has been in the works since then. This year, there's a team created at Morrison County to review the ordinance and what Morrison County needed to do to prepare for retail registration and cannabis events in our county. In the end of October, I brought this before you in a planning session and we reviewed. There was a couple fine tuning things we did with a public hearing meeting, then being December 3rd. And what is before you today is the final version of that ordinance regulating cannabis registry for retail business as well as cannabis events in Morrison County. Looking for you
We'll
to.
need to ask for approval of the resolution. Gentlemen,
moved.
I have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
All right, I have a second. Is this all there is to that brief description? Is there any more on there that's been read? Yes, no, maybe?
There is nothing,
Okay.
well, that was a tab.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, thank you. Any more discussion on the resolution?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
just want the public to know, we had multiple conversations on this. Nate met with the team to draft this up for us. This is mandated by the state of Minnesota to provide this for our community. And other point, I lost it at this
We
point.
come back to Commissioner Blaine.
Basically, you get out of there, but, to Nate, I thought I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, something on the news or maybe through the media or through, online where I seen that there may be a delay in the permitting process, due to the powers to be at the state or lack thereof.
If I may, we brought that up at the planning commission. That's why you're thinking of that. Because I brought that up about the kicking the can down the road. For that, I don't know if you remember that.
I think it maybe, I may recognize, your comments, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
at the planning session. But I think there was, I think where it really hit home is when I think I'd seen this maybe as part of a news article. That just showed that, even though there's been tremendous amount of work done here on the county level, both on the HHS side and over at planning and zoning, that, the state, has proved to us that they still don't have their arms around this issue, and just curious how that affects this piece of resolution in front of us and or going forward, what Nate might know about that.
Mr. Chair, if I
Go
may. So what I've heard and read is, yes, that licensure process has been kicked down the road through the Office of Cannabis Management, probably until early summer. I think I heard applications due in Marchish and then licensing in June is roughly what I heard. What hasn't been altered or changed was that original time frame where we could create a moratorium in Morrison County. That went through December 31st, 2024 of this year. That has not changed, and so our moratorium in effect can't proceed past that level. And so we needed to put these steps in place for Morrison County. So regardless of when the state office is ready to license these, we're there and we're ready to move forward.
And what I read about it, Commissioner Blaine, is that it has to do with the applications, because the fact that if us four, we apply and the city of Minneapolis only allows 4, they'll take the first 4. Well, what they're saying is no, they should have it as a drawing, or, and have it more political as far as, hey, no, just because you're the first one in doesn't mean you qualify. So it has to do a lot with the applications, and so they're getting sued, I guess.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I remembered what I was gonna say.
Perfect.
We had a public hearing on this matter also, and that went really well. Matt's been informing multiple cities, townships. Still hasn't heard back from, I believe, 12 of them yet, which is.
Down to 10 now, Commissioner.
Down to 10. So you guys have done a great job. I just want you to know that. I think this was thrust upon you.
And Commissioner Blaine and yourself brought up, this is part of that mandate that we need by this January 1st to get this all rolling down the road. So that's why we're moving forward with this. Anything else? All right, I have a motion and a second, I believe. Can I get that?
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Is it-
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Yep.
Have a great day, Nate.
Did we have another action into it? Did I miss it?
And now the second half with Land Services, Mr. Chair for zoning.
Okay. There we go. Thank you. Have a great day, little fellow.
Do any? Morning, Amy.
Good morning, Amy.
I'm Kowalski, Morrison County Land Services Director. Here's cannabis part 2. I have before you the zoning standards for cannabis. This ordinance determines time, place, and manner for areas outside of incorporated city limits. Again, this has been certainly talked about quite a bit in a couple of planning sessions. And then also at its own public hearing on November 29th. This has been recommended for approval by the planning commission. And so I've got the proposed language in your packet before you for adoption into the land use control ordinance.
Make motion for Mr. Chair.
Gentlemen, I have a motion to adopt the zoning standards on cannabis.
I can second that.
I have a second. Any more discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I just want to state that we are the most restrictive distances between schools, daycare, residential treatment facilities allowed by the state ordinance. We couldn't go farther. We maintain that farthest good by law.
And if I may, I think we had about a handful of people at the public hearing. I don't think anybody spoke up at all. They just kind of listened to what we had to offer, which is fine. So it looks like we're kind of on the right track for everybody in the county. So I appreciate that, what you did, Amy, you and your staff. So,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if, let's say we find out that the state didn't know what they're doing, like we've had happen multiple times. This is just we'd have to open the ordinance up again and have public hearings and fix what the mistakes. are.
Yes, so Mr. Chair, what this follows and abides by the statutory and rule framework that we have to work with now. As that evolves and changes, we may certainly need to go back and amend or add or change. And so we will be keeping our finger on the pulse on that. And if we need to react to anything that comes down the pike, we'll be opening this up again.
Thank you. Amy. Thank you for the job you did too.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
A lot of work to do, something that we really didn't know much about.
Yes.
and again, here's me talking a little bit more than I should. But I believe it's also goes for as far as, I don't even know who runs the legislature. If the Republican, Democrat, I think they can introduce something new and then it can change again. So this is like a live working
Oh, gosh, yes.
ordinance, you know, so that comes over. So we got 2 legislators here, they know more about that than I, so.
Be nice
Yeah,
to
it's
blue.
gonna be it's pretty much controlled by the Democrats, but there's a 50-50 in the House.
Oh, yeah, so, all right, gentlemen, I have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
I
Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair.
thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Merry Christmas.
Tony, Public Works.
Today.
Yes, and you're right on time. We appreciate that.
Somewhere.
I do. I gotta get to a Christmas party. Yes, you're supposed to dress up like a ugly sweater.
Really, where's that located? I wouldn't go to that.
Gentlemen, Commissioner Bowman in the mirror.
Yes, and when you guys get down to your appearance on the Hallmark Channel, get back to real life.
There we go. Tony, what do you have for us?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Commissioners. I have 2 different requests for board action. Both supporting items. Our first one here is a resolution to support application to our 2029 federal transportation project submittal. This is a surface block grant transportation grant. We typically apply for this yearly. Sometimes we have success, sometimes we don't. We're looking to submit our Casas 76 or Haven Road from 13th Avenue all the way to Edmund Street. As everyone's familiar with this section road, it's had a lot of tinting. The pavement's kind of, it's seen better days. And so the projects we're looking at might be a little more extensive. So we're hoping for some outside funding on that. So that's why we've selected this corridor. It meets the criteria for the grant, and we figured we'd put an application in.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
I have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Gentlemen, this is a motion for the resolution. And I got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? No more discussion. This will be a roll call. Commissioner Lemire.
Aye.
Commissioner Blaine.
Aye.
Commissioner Casper.
Aye.
Myself is an aye. Motion carried.
My second request is authorization for resolution for prioritizing our deficient bridges inside the county. So if you go here, here's a map of some of the deficient bridges inside Morrison County. And how this works is every year we do safety inspections on our bridges, and as they deteriorate and they start hitting certain criteria, we put them on this prioritization list for replacement. What we do with this list is we submit it for different grant opportunities, similar to the surface block grant. But there's different bridge bonding, there's off-system bridge grants, stuff like that. We use this resolution to bolster our applications when we put them in. You go to the next page, here's our current list that we'd be looking for resolution to support. And what you'll notice on the first ones, we update this list as different bridges get completed or they're under contract. What you'll notice there is our CASA 21, our 225, our 252, the Sioux Line Trail, and the CASA 1. We previously had those bridges on this list, and we submitted applications and actually have received grants. So all those bridges are going to get funded in the next upcoming years. So the ones below that are CASA 34 and down. Those are bridges that are deficient, and then we'd be looking at using this support resolution to apply for grants into the future.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to
All
approve.
right, gentlemen, I have a motion. I need a second. I have a second. Any more discussion? This will be a roll call vote. Commissioner Blaine.
Aye.
Lemire.
Aye.
Casper. Aye. Myself is an aye. Motion carried.
Mr. Chair, that's all I have unless there's any questions from the board.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you very much.
So we did.
Thanks, Tony.
You're not, but you switch to the forecast.
Salt truck. See that?
We went 1 to 3, now we're at 3 to 5. Which is consistent.
Kurt, come on up.
Kelly did great job.
Mr. Chair, morning.
Morning, Kurt.
Good morning, Kurt. Nice sweater.
Thanks.
I have a few things for you today. The first here is on page 106 of your packet. It is RVA requesting separate motions to pass the 2025 final levy and the 2025 final budget. So the 2025 final levy, we're looking at $23,018,499. That's a 4.72% increase over 2024's levy. And then that budget there would be $62,009,463, and that is a 6.19% increase over 2024. So it's kind of a recap on how we got there. July is when proposed information went out to the departments, some worksheets as far as what their payroll could look like for 2025. That's a little more set in stone, and then they went through line by line their budgets and got them back to us in August. And Administrator Lana met with each department line by line, and we're able to kind of work with them on getting a better understanding what drives their budget, as well as kind of work with them on where we can trim things or find different funding sources for those some one-off items.
So gentlemen, this will be two different motions, one for the 2025 levy, one for the 2025 budget. I'm asking for a motion on the 2025 levy.
I'll make one to approve.
This will be a roll call. I need a second.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Lemire. I should say, yeah. Any more discussion? If not, Commissioner Lemire.
Aye.
Commissioner Casper.
Aye.
Blaine.
Aye.
Myself is an aye. Motion carried. Now I'm gonna ask for a motion for the 2025
So moved, Mr. Chair.
budget. I have a motion. I need a second.
I second, or go ahead. Bobby's gonna second that.
Any more discussion? Again, this will be a roll call. Commissioner Casper.
Aye.
Commissioner Blaine.
Aye.
Lemire.
Aye.
Myself is an aye. Motion carried.
Next RDA have today is each year, the board is asked to authorize and approve or acknowledge and approve the levy amount for the debt service. So this is $903,531 is on the schedule for 2025, and that is for our bond debt for the 2020 building project here where we remodeled the government center.
Motion to approve.
I got a motion. I need a second.
I can second
I got a second. Any more discussion? This will be a roll call vote. No more discussion. Commissioner Blaine.
Aye.
Commissioner Lemire.
Aye.
Casper.
Aye.
Myself is an aye. Motion carried.
Thank you, Commissioners. The final RBA I have before you today is the request to approve the 2025 final levy from the Morrison County Housing and Redevelopment Authority of $70,000. There's no change over 2024's levy.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, I have a motion. I need a second.
I can second.
I have a second. Again, this will be a roll call. Any more discussion? Commissioner Lemire.
Aye.
Casper.
Aye.
Blaine.
Aye.
Myself is an aye. Motion carries.
That is all I have. Please.
Easy peasy.
Thanks for.
All
Great
right.
job.
From.
Yeah, great job.
Putting up,
All
but
right. I don't see you. Have a Merry
So
Christmas.
before we move on to the next one, how about let's get the,
He's a co-star role in the Hallmark.
Judge?
Yeah. Just wanted to get that.
As soon as Beth.
I thought he wants to be a Santa. He's got the beard for it, just gotta dye it.
Yeah, I'll be Santa. Some back and some back.
There you go.
There you go.
every day.
All right, let's do our schedules before we approve the next resolution. So what's the dates?
So we're gonna go through December 22nd, and then due to deadlines, I'd like to go through January 11th.
22nd through January 11th.
And Mr. Chair, I think it's proper and all right if we allow Commissioner Jelinski to provide his schedule too, and if you see fit.
I see fit, if he can hear me, he's more than welcome to get us all the way through January 11th, 2025, if you want to.
Mr. Chair, why don't you tell me what the start date was again?
December 22nd.
Okay,
All right. So Commissioner Jelinski, are you ready to do your schedule?
I certainly can, but I gotta tell you, once we hit going into January, I'm not gonna be able to help you very much, just so you know.
Okay, well, how about, let's get you to January 3rd or 7th or whatever. I think he's officially, there you go. You're on board.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start with December 23rd. And I don't have any idea why, but I have written in here, no PCBOA on a Monday. That's what it says, but I don't know why. I've got nothing there. I've got a cancellation of a SECB meeting on the 25th, but that would be Christmas. That would make perfect sense. On the 30th of December, I'm showing on my calendar that I have an SECB planning meeting in the city of St. Cloud at 10 o'clock in the morning. On the 31st of December, 9 o'clock in the morning, the county board is going to meet for their final meeting of the year. In history of Morrison County since I've been around, Mr. Chair, since you've been around, this board has met on the last day of the year, and this year will be no different. We'll meet at 9 o'clock in the boardroom. That will close out the year 2024. 2025, for myself, is going to start off on the 1st. We're going to have a holiday, New Year's Day. The 2nd, I do have a legislative committee meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. That meeting is going to be virtual. On the 3rd, we do have TSWAC. TSWAC is at 8:30, and TSWAC is going to be at the landfill. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and that's all I'm going to have, Mr. Chair.
If we may correct you, again, I don't like correcting Commissioner Jelinski, but I believe TSWAC was moved to the 10th of Friday.
Perfect.
I was pointed out by our assistant administrator, she pointed that out to me.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right,
You're better, Jeffrey.
so does anybody want to, okay, how about
Get Wilma.
Casper, go ahead.
I have nothing at this point.
So keep in mind, we're going to the 11th, do you have any, because Commissioner will not be here at last week, so do you have anything up to the 11th?
I don't at
Okay,
this point.
good, all
I'm
right.
sure that'll change, but right now,
Commissioner Blaine, anything?
Well, we will have our first board meeting of the 2025 year on January 7th.
Correct?
At 9 o'clock, and we'll have some little bit of pomp and circumstance to and things to take care of there, but, then we'll get after our business as usual. I'm board at, on the seventh. And then, yes, then that following Friday, we will have our meeting at the landfill, and that is all I can add for the beginning of the new year.
All right, Commissioner Lemire.
The 30th, HRA,
Okay,
9 o'clock. 4th, got that, 7th, public works, 10th. Oh, wait. Start over. HRA 30th.
Yep.
We got a community health stakeholders meeting via Zoom, so that don't matter. That's it.
okay. And then for me, I believe we got everything except the most important thing. On Tuesday, the 31st, we have a board meeting, but after the board meeting, I think there's a gathering for somebody that's retiring from like 11 to 1. Am I correct?
You are correct, Mr. Chair.
Administrator, Mr. Administrator, if you could kind of make an announcement on that for me, please.
I was yes, and then what a great day, a send off, one of those, mixed feeling events. But on the 31st following board meeting here in the county boardroom, we'll farewell Commissioner Jeff Shalinski, a career that spans over 47 years, so with the last 12 of them serving as a county commissioner, but really a lifetime of service to our community. We'll farewell him and wish Jeff and his wife Barb best of luck as they start the next chapter in their book.
Gonna miss you, Jeff.
Well, we got one more meeting because we don't have a planning session next week, do we?
That's correct.
So heck, we're not gonna see you till after Christmas, probably, huh?
Right.
There we go. But anyway, you get better, get over whatever you got, and we'll let you go. So thank you for that. And then I'm sure he'll stay on board. Does anybody want to take the 5 minutes before?
The only other thing on the calendar, just to come back to what Commissioner Blaine alluded to, on the 7th there, prior to the board meeting at about 8:45, Honorable Tony Wetzel will be here to swear in Commissioners Lemire, Wincher, and our new commissioner to backfill Commissioner Jelinski, Commissioner Ed Moran. So 8:45 on the 7th. Families are invited. We like to make that as special of a ceremony as possible.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
Nothing for me, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, just want
Go ahead, Commissioner Blaine.
to make a note to Tabitha. Typically in that last week of the month, we would have Region 5 would meet, and you probably caught that their annual meeting was. We do not have a meeting that last week. Or I should say the annual meeting, the December meeting was held on the 12th of December, and I wasn't able to be there because it was the taxation fee schedule meeting. So I just, in case you were wondering if that was a catch.
I understand that.
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion to adjourn.
I don't think we adjourned. We just closed. We're gonna close it, but we can close it for the resolution of executive session, and then we can have a 5-minute after from that. How's that? So I'll need a motion to close go into our closed session for executive administrative performance.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we go into closed session.
All right, I got a motion. Need a second?
Like a motion.
I got a second. Any more discussion? If not, those in favor? Aye. All right, good. We're into a closed session. We'll take 5 this week.
And Commissioner Jelinski, you plan to sit in on the eval?
Certainly, I'll stay if it's okay.
Okay, that's great. Because we're recording the board meeting, what I'm gonna do is close this out, stop recording, and then I'll open it back up here in about 2 minutes to connect for the evaluation. Thank you.
Oh, I have no idea. I looked at it just briefly.
Very good.
Let me see.
Good call.
I'm good.
Anything for me?